I was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on the gas, never stop competing. If you break my glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. Go!
To last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah.
Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily spreading like.
Today we'll be covering Tupac. I'll be showing an interview of Tupac's brother, Mopreme Shakur. He was on the Art of Dialogue, and he done an interview there, and it was been out, but it just came back through. So I hope y'all enjoy it. I am gonna open up with a little bit. I'm gonna say my hellos first. Hey Amanda, Charlie Girl, Shining and Relevant, Alta, Mexican, KK. Hey Rocco, what's up, Freeside? Okay. So that's it for right now. Hello, everybody in the back. Hey, Amy. So I know everybody knows Tupac, P. Diddy, and Tupac's brother, Mopreme. So, you know, Tupac was signed to Death Row Records. And that's who he signed with. But however, Diddy, he owned Bad Boy Records in 1993. That's when he launched it. And, you know, there's a little bit of conflict. And, you know, also this is a conspiracy theory. Hey, Iris, how you doing, love? This is, some of it's truth. What I'm telling you right now is the truth. But most of it is conspiracy, and then I want to show y'all a little bit of stuff after the live. It's not going to be a very long live, but I do want to talk about these two and why I chose to talk about these two, because you know a lot of stuff is coming out about Sean Diddy Combs. Hey Shorty, how you doing? A lot of stuff is coming out, which happened a long time ago. And it's just now coming up into back around, like resurfacing because of all the incidents of actually the footage of Cassie being attacked by Sean, and also the Homeland Security doing, you know, raids on all three of his homes and different. Hey, little devil, how are you doing? Good to see you. So that's what this live is about today. Now, my opinion, and this is only conspiracy theory, you know, Tupac was a blood, and Tupac and Biggie were friends. And Biggie was signed with Bad Boys, which was Diddy's label. Diddy wanted Tupac. Hey, Tara. Diddy wanted Tupac to join with him. You know, Tupac. Hey, Amanda. Diddy wanted Tupac. I mean, Tupac loved like supporting black owned businesses. So that was his thing. Yes, he was a thug. Yes, he got into a lot of trouble. He most definitely did. But he loved supporting, black owned businesses. Y'all know when I get started, I don't pay attention to chat. I do apologize. So I will, after this, I will open up and be talking to the chat. So today we're going to do the interview on Mopreme. And he gets more in detail about what he thinks. Y'all know Keefe D, he got locked up for the murder of Tupac. He did not commit the murder. However, he did take money. Now, so-called that money came from Sean Puffy Combs. That's what the conspiracies are. There's no evidence to back that claim up. So I guess hopefully one day all the truth will come out. So let's get started, ladies and gents. So this is the Art of Dialogue. He is doing an interview with Prem Shakur. Hold on a second. First up. All right. So I will stop this, but really Mopreme is just really, after Keefe D got locked up, Keefe D done a book. He also has done a lot of, interviews online. Plus, Suge Knight, I'm pretty sure some of you are familiar with Suge Knight, but he also has a podcast and he is in prison right now. Suge Knight was in the vehicle with Biggie when Biggie got shot. Suge Knight got shot in the head. So we're going to go there. Hold on a second. Or it might be Tupac. I'm sorry. I was reading chat. I do apologize about that. Let's go, everyone. Y'all, please make sure y'all subscribe to the Art of Dialogue. It is in my description. Hey, Tad Jack.
So, Tom, a few days ago, Keefe D, he got arrested.
Now, this is Tupac's brother.
In connection to Tupac murder. How you feel about that?
I feel happy that there is some accountability being held, but I'm still a little suspicious about the timing and how it's all rolled out here.
Yeah, it's been about 20 plus years, man, and they finally doing something about it, man.
Oh, 27, brother. 27.
27 years, man, and they finally showing that they care.
Yeah, that appears to be what it's supposed to look like. So we're going to see.
I know you was very vocal, man, about the police not doing their job, but how do it make you feel, man? After all these years of Keefe D doing interviews, talking about Tupac getting shot, him doing documentaries, he was on BET, and after all these years, he get arrested.
Yeah, I feel fucking mad still that motherfucker murdered my brother. First of all, that's that part. Because they ain't even have to happen. Because Pac was the type of nigga that will box you. He will box you. He will box you, raise the money, and we'll give it to the hood. He will actually, you know what I mean? But a lot of niggas is cowards. So,
Do you feel like they're going to bring justice?
There's a lot of curious things about what's been happening. First of all, like everybody knows, the time period, 27 years. And there was no, what Well, as far as the family is concerned, there was no, letting us know what was going on all through these years, after 2 years, after 5 years, after 10 years. We weren't kept abreast of things. So it's okay, what's happening? What's really going on? Especially when this dude has been out there. Like I said last time, the dude's been out there talking, interviews, he ain't worried about nothing. And actually, you know, we produced a documentary 2718 with A&E, Who Killed Tupac. We got footage of him in it. So I'm not impressed. I feel like shit. We solved the crime. To tell the truth, the information has been there. So does this mean that y'all haven't even been looking at it? Y'all haven't been addressing Pac's case at all? Okay, so then why now? There's a lot of shit that.
Right. I know you was also adamant, man, about the police not liking Tupac because he shot two off-duty cops, and you felt like they was holding that against Tupac. And also, he was a Shakur too. So,
Well, we've we've sort of inherited uh this relationship with law enforcement going back to our parents. You know what I mean? Our parents to, me and Pac riding in the mid-90s to, law enforcement has been all up around us, including the feds. And it's gonna be interesting to see if the feds chime in here. Crooked cops were involved. Which state? I don't know. Both states? Maybe. I don't know. But we gonna see. I'm a spectator. At this point, I'm a spectator. Me and my family have
Now, mind y'all,
found
Tupac got
ways.
shot September 7th, 1997. So, you can imagine the frustration of, his family not getting justice. And, y'all, this is just my opinion and my opinion only. I do feel like because of Tupac's history with the police, him also being affiliated, and really he was just a free spirit. He was a free spirit. I feel like they didn't do what they needed to do to bring justice. And it's now 27 years later, Keffe D gets locked up. And then all this stuff is coming out that Keffe D had been doing interviews a long time ago. He also wrote that book. And I feel there's something more behind the true story. This is nothing but speculation. There's no proof of it. But hopefully Mopreme is actually going to be telling a lot of stuff. I just want you to pay attention. I'm glad that Mopreme actually came out and spoke, because I think that Tupac should have somebody standing behind him. And I do believe that Tupac would rather had fought than shot anybody. That's just my opinion.
To manage the stress and trauma. So to keep our own sanity. You dig? So we've been doing that and having to live with the fact that Pac ain't with us no more. And now, sport back up. We're being reminded of the pain. We're being reminded of the injustice. We're being reminded of the assassination. It's a lot of things we're being reminded of. So, we gonna see.
you made a comment, man, that caught my attention. You said that you feel like crooked cops played a part in Tupac murder.
Yeah.
Go into detail about that if you don't mind. That's an interesting take.
Details? Well, I mean,
From your point of view, why you feel like that?
law enforcement is supposed to protect and serve, and the protection and serving part when it comes to young black males, my people, my community has been lackluster. You dig? For example, that very night, I think some bicycle cops pulled them over. There's a lot of people on the strip. So we pulled them over and then forgot. I don't know. It just seemed funny. That very night, law enforcement, they had to run in with law enforcement. Not a run in, but it's interaction with law enforcement. That very same.
For loud music.
Huh?
They got pulled over for loud music.
Yeah. Supposedly. And Vegas is a tricky town. So I'm just waiting to see.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see what happens. But I was looking at one of your interviews, man, and you made a comment, that caught my attention. You made a comment saying that you want to see how serious the LAPD is going to take this case because it's a lot of people that Keffe D name dropped, and you want to see if the LAPD is going to investigate them, and that's how you can tell if the LAPD is taking it serious.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm curious to see how they plan to deal with the case, because he, in his own admissions, mentions other people. Are they going to say what happened to these people? Yes, Puffy being one of them. I don't know where that's going to lead, but I do believe there were accomplices, and I don't think all of them have been looked at. So, because over the years, it's a lot of years, amongst the family, we talk, we want to figure it out too. We thinking certain things too. So, we're waiting to see if we can trust this process.
I agree with you. If you believe in everything Keffe D is saying about what happened in the white Cadillac, then you got to take serious when he mentioned Puffy, and you can't gloss over that.
Affirmative. It's like they said there, they brought the indictment because of his own words. Well, in his own words, he said a whole bunch of shit. How much you going to hold him accountable for? Because as well as the family, the fans, his people, the fans, his fans is his family. They run deep, and they don't usually bullshit, and they sincerely want to know what happened, as well as us, as well as the fam. So we gonna see.
We definitely gonna see. So I had Keffe D on the platform. I had him on the platform about 5 times, man. And he said that Diddy, he was scared of Tupac and Suge, and when he would come to LA, he would use him and the Southside Crips, for protection. And he made so many comments on my platform, man. He also made a comment saying that, Diddy, when he was around Diddy made a comment about putting a hit on Tupac and Suge, so how you feel when you hear stuff like that?
Very interesting. I wasn't there. I've heard these stories before. And if it's true, what's going to happen? You say on your own platform. He said this on your platform that he put up $1 million to get Pac here.
Yeah, correct. He was around Puffy, and Puffy made a comment when they was around. Yeah.
Okay. And then Pac got hit.
You're right.
Right. So, hey man, I watch Law and Order. I ain't no cop. I ain't no lawyer. I watch Law and Order. You know what I'm saying? And the way this is going, it looks like a certain type of thing is going down. We gonna see.
Yeah, because I mean, if everything Keffe D is saying is true, and this is Keffe D saying this, not me, Keffe D, he's the one saying this. I mean, Tupac and Orlando, they would have never fought. Tupac, he would have never got killed. I mean, none of this would have never happened, man, if it wasn't for that bounty, right?
It would seem so. It would seem.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it for a moment. All right. So most of y'all know that Tupac and Biggie were very close. Hey, Rose Petal. Tupac, and I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat, y'all. I am trying to talk with y'all in chat, but not while I'm live. But y'all all know that Biggie and Tupac were very close. Biggie joined with Puff Daddy, and Tupac didn't. This is just my conspiracy theory. No one else's. My conspiracy theory. Now, if I'm wrong, it'll eventually come out. But Tupac and Biggie were like brothers. I feel that Biggie done what he could do to bring that wedge between them two. Because when Tupac passed away, Biggie went on stage and was like, the beef needed to be squashed. I mean, he was really remorseful he was heartbroken because Tupac got shot. And what was the thing that was between them two? Biggie. So there was a feud ignited after Tupac was seriously wounded in another shooting during a robbery in the lobby of Midtown Manhattan Hotel in 1994. He was shot several times and he lost a lot of money. That's when Tupac accused Big and Puff Diddy of having knowledge of his shooting. I don't think, which I don't know, there's a lot of speculation going behind that. But I don't think it was Biggie doing all that. I think it was Diddy. That's my opinion. That's my speculation. That's my conspiracy theory. This is all for entertainment purposes only. There is no evidence to back what I just said up. So please, this is just for entertainment purposes only, just for me. I am showing y'all what I like to do and what I think. And I've been studying this for a long time. And I just now seen this. But it seems like I used to be scared to talk about stuff like this. And it's like I'm able to come out now and talk about it. Because what I used to watch and what I used to think is actually happening now. And it's all coming out. So I'm glad to be able to come on here and spread, what I feel, what I think. And yes, they are conspiracy theories. So let's begin.
Seems so. Am I right?
You're right.
It would seem so. And then my brother was murdered. I know a lot of brothers I know in LA that if they were doing business with a group of brothers and one of them, well, he wasn't then, but now, he's a billionaire, right? That's what he said. He's a billionaire, right? He got bread. And I don't see that individual not paying for it in some kind of way. What was the incentive? What was the incentive? Was the incentive just revenge, or was the incentive for that supposed money that Puffy supposedly put up? Which one was the incentive? That's what I guess they're going to figure out in court.
We're gonna see, man, because I agree with you. If they taking this case serious, then they got to interview Puffy. I mean, you got to.
I mean, that's Puffy's homie. You know what I mean? They have a relationship. They're friendly. They know each other. So it's very much feasible. And if law enforcement choose to ignore that, that's something to look at. Everybody keep your eyes on it. And that's what I said. Grab your popcorn. It's going down.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, man. I mean, if everything is legit with the investigation, they got to look into Diddy. But I want to backtrack, right? I want to backtrack into Quad Studios. Tupac, he felt like Diddy had something to do with that, right?
He felt like he was set up because he thought he was amongst friends. when it went down, he was surrounded by a bunch of people we thought was his friends.
And he felt like Puffy, he knew what was going to happen, and he didn't give him a heads up.
Well, yeah. I mean, he sees up in the window, like, come up, and everybody drawing him in. You know, come to the studio. You know what I mean? And Bad Boy had
Hey, everybody coming
saturated the
in.
whole that neighborhood. That they were in the studio, multiple rooms in the studio, and they were shooting a video around the corner. So Bad Boy and their allies had covered that whole neighborhood. They were there, you know. Pac they weren't nothing for Pac to fear because we supposed to have been amongst allies. You know, so something happened. Somebody knew.
Yeah, I can see how Pac felt like they had something to do with the setup, man. But speaking of Puffy, right? How do you feel about the rumor that Puffy, he gave a guy named Eric Von Zip a check for $1 million to give to Keefe D to kill Tupac?
I'm familiar with the story. I'm familiar with the dude. My man Big Psych, rest in peace, used to know that dude.
So you met Von Zip before. So how does that make you feel, man? Somebody that you met, and I'm sure that he knew that she was Tupac's brother. How does that make you feel knowing that he's the one that provided Keefe D with the gun to kill Tupac?
I mean, it's all fucked up. It was a setup. It was a plot to murder my brother. I feel fucked up about it. I don't know that nigga, but I ain't got no love for none of them. You know, straight up. It sounds like a typical murder plot. See, but considering who that guy is to Puffy and to Keefe D, for it not to be addressed is weird. We will see. My homie Big Psych knew him. You know, he used to be at some of them basketball games where dude was, you know, putting up a case of champagne, case of Moet on the ball game. You know, he's a big, you know, big spender, flashy dude. Yeah. No, he would be out on the West Coast quite often.
Did you and Big Sight know he had any connection to Pac?
Not at that time. Before Psych passed, we, you know, he mentioned that he knew who he was, but dude was already dead. Psych was a Crip. Psych was an IVC Inglewood Village Crip. You know, and he hung around. Psych would be around other Crips. So that's how, you know, and that is how we got to meet dude or knew who dude was, but I didn't know him personally.
I want you to look at this video from the local Vegas news. They saying that Big Dre, he the one that shot Tupac, not Orlando. Check your phone.
It's an investigation that began with this video from 1996, a fight involving Shakur, record exec Suge Knight, and members of a rival gang. Hours later, Davis, the kingpin of that other group, allegedly...
Now, I want you to pay attention to this part of the interview because he's going to explain some stuff that doesn't make sense. So, you know, yeah, there were people in the car that was driving when Suge and Tupac was in another vehicle. But they said that the guy in the back was the one that shot. But just pay attention to what Romine says.
Allegedly ordered the retaliatory shooting. A Southside Crips gang affiliate testifying, Keefe is the one who's going to make all the arrangements and all the plans until that gun goes into somebody else's hand. Davis was sitting in the front passenger seat of another car when it pulled up side by side to Shakur's. In his book, Davis says he handed a gun to a passenger in the back seat who then fired. Metro Police showing this diagram Friday with Orlando Anderson, Davis's nephew, and DeAndre Smith in the back seat. Both are deceased. The gang member saying, when he passed the firearm to Orlando didn't have a clear shot. Big Dre is 6'6". At this time, he's 370, 400. He's big. You're not going to reach over like that because shells would have been popping all in Big Dre's face and all kind of stuff. When asked if Smith was the shooter, the gang affiliate told the grand jury he did the shooting.
Dwayne Davis was the shot caller for this group of individuals that committed this crime, and he orchestrated the plan that was carried out.
A member of Shakur's security team saying he saw a, quote, larger size arm fired the shots.
Crazy, man. They saying that Big Dre, he the one that killed Tupac.
Is he dead too?
Yeah, he's dead. He died over health issues. He was a real big guy.
Yeah. Well, I, it's interesting. That's interesting, and all of it's possible. They was in the car. They was in the car. They making up the story. He making up the story. So the only thing that looks like is solid is knowing who was in the car. I mean, because it could have easily been him or anybody else in the car.
From what the Crip affiliate is saying, it does make sense. I mean, if Big Dre was 400 pounds, like he said, then, I mean, it would be difficult for Orlando to get a clear shot at Pac if he had to lean over Big Dre.
Okay, that's one theory. But on the other hand, if dude was that big, I got a lot of big homies like that, right? And it's hard for them to, if you're shooting, it's, it's the turning radius is a little shorter. You know what I'm saying? The turning radius ain't that good. I don't know. I think both of them, it could be possible, but it doesn't matter because they both gone, and we're left to, believe whatever Keefe D says. This Crip affiliate just came about, so this is new information for me. But they was all in the same car, all on the same mission.
Real talk. It's crazy, man. You got Keefe D saying that he gave the gun to Big Dre.
Okay. See, if y'all don't know who Orlando is Keefe D's nephew. He is the guy, and well, not really. Okay, right before Tupac passed away, there was a fight in a casino at the Mike Tyson thing. He was coming out, and they got into a fight in the area where, like, the gathering area, and that was right before. Now, Keefe D says that's what warranted the shooting of Tupac. But then later on into all of his other interviews, he starts spilling a little bit of stuff here and there, saying he received so much money to, somebody put a hit on Tupac. And then they said the person that paid Keefe D was P. Diddy. And why was because this is my opinion, and yes, I am conspiracy theory, is because Sean Combs wanted to be number one. And he knew that Tupac was rising. He knew that Biggie was rising. And ain't nobody alive but Keefe D that was in the car that night that Tupac got shot. Besides Suge Knight, and he's sitting in prison right now.
And Big Dre, he got cold feet. So, Orlando, he took the gun and shot Pac. And now you got this Crip affiliate saying that it was Big Dre that shot Pac. So, I don't know, man. It's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm. I mean, both theories are feasible. Both theories are feasible. You're only gonna know if you're insider with them and know what's up. So maybe this Crip affiliate is right, but I'm still waiting for the rest of the information, because it in a way it sort of seems like you know, they're trying to minimalize it to just gang shit. Just gang shit, just, you know, ignorant niggas got in a fight, and then you know, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that, I feel, anyway. But what do I know? I don't know nothing, right?
So let's talk about it, man. So you feel like it was bigger than Orlando shooting Pac. You feel like it's more to the story. You don't think it was that simple.
I feel like it's bigger because I haven't heard anything about that part of the story from the prosecutor's office. I haven't heard anything about Puffy from the prosecutor's office, even though Keefe D implicates him on these videos that they claim they're using to indict him. Even you got a Crip affiliate from somewhere, but you still not gonna talk about the guy that he mentions by name on the thing. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's exhausting. That you know, or you know, I'm waiting to see how far they go, because that's what everybody's talking about. That's what everybody's talking about. What about Puffy? You know, so it would be weird that the prosecutor's office wouldn't know and address it. That's why I don't know whether to trust this shit or not. You know, the boy Puffy called me though. Puffy called me back in the day. Back in the day, he called me. He was like, "I just want you to know I ain't have nothing to do with your brothers. You know, I know who you are, but we never met. And I just want to call you man to man, let you know that I ain't have nothing to do with your brother's death." Now, why was he calling me, reaching out to me? Because LA Times had just dropped, it was in the early 2000s. LA Times had just dropped an article in the newspaper implicating him as well.
See, that's my thing as well. Why would P. Diddy call for me and say he had nothing to do with it if he didn't have nothing to do with it? And a lot of people don't get justice because they think, oh, it's just gang affiliated. Well, sometimes it's not just gang affiliated. Sometimes it's people who are too high in power that they don't want to mess with, or they're either working with to get justice. So
I told him I appreciate the call, but the truth is yet to come out. So we gonna see.
And I remember that article, man. And the guy that wrote that article, he actually did a few Tupac interviews when Tupac was still living. So, yeah, that's crazy, man. So Puffy, he called you trying to plead his innocence.
Well, him and I think him and C's was on the radio out here, and Big Boy, shout out to Big Boy. He hit me up. He was like, "Yo, man, you know, Puffy, see, they want to talk to you about the whole situation about your brother." And you know, especially back then, I wanted all the information I could get. And I heard what he said, but you know, this shit been so chaotic. I ain't know which way to go until you find out more information. And yeah, that was the early 2000s.
Did Little C say anything to you?
Not that I recall.
Yeah, that sounds like a guy that's guilty, man. Him calling you trying to plead his innocence.
Yeah, man, you know, he could have been trying to cover his ass, or he could have been sincere. We gonna see.
It's just too many attachments to Diddy, man. At some point, you got to start looking like, yo, what's going on? I mean, when Tupac got shot at Quad, you know, they was talking about Diddy. When Tupac got killed in Vegas, they was talking about Diddy. At some point, man, you got to start looking at them like, yo, what's going on, yo?
Yeah, and you know, you got people like you know, Kading is out, you know, doing interviews and talking about, you know, it'd be feeling like he got sympathy for Puffy because he was scared. Yeah, he was scared. Yes, I agree. I do agree that he was probably terrified for his life. So if that is the case, it's also quite feasible that he put up money to get Pac killed. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's weird. But we gonna see. Time will tell. And on top of it, he had his own problems with Suge, before Pac. So um, mm, yeah, I get it. You should be scared, nigga. You know, but hey, like I said, man, Pac would have boxed him. Pac would have loved to beat his ass in the ring, raise some money, and give it to the hood. It ain't have to be like this. For the record, we were cool with them at one point. We were cool with them at one point. There was a point where Pac was even considering going to Bad Boy before his relationship with Death Row. He was considering going to Bad Boy to because he wanted to be on a black label. He wanted to be with his people. He wanted to be with the brothers. You know what I mean? He supported black business. So there was a period where we were all cool. And over time, things happened. Pac started seeing things. And, Biggie was on Puffy's label. So, with them two, it was Puffy calling the shots. So there was some legitimate problems there, but
Speaking of Puffy and Biggie, what was the issue between Pac and Big Stretch?
You say that to last, huh? I see you. You say that to last, huh? Nah, I mean, Pac and Stretch were best friends. Pac and Stretch were best friends. Stretch was with him when he got shot at Quad. And after that, Stretch went on tour with Biggie. So anybody familiar with our clique would understand that that's weird. Because if you was rolling with Pac, you was rolling with Pac. He was kind of, he was kind of jealous like that. These my people. This is my crew. This, you down with me. You down with the best. So, and considering Pac was having some issues with Biggie, it did not look right.
Right. And Pac, he also felt like he had something to do with what happened at Quad, right? Because I know that Pac made a comment saying that, when they pulled out the guns, the way he reacted in a way like he already knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, that was Pac's sentiment. Stretch was a big dude, about 6'4", 300. But Pac claimed that as soon as the niggas pull out, he dropped down. And it was disturbing to hear that. It was disturbing to think about. It was disturbing to deal with because the whole family loved Stretch. Everybody loved Stretch. Stretch was a lovable dude, but, we all got our demons.
Real talk, man. And Pac, he was really the only person that was giving him an opportunity, right? Because, Pac, he was letting him produce for him. And, the only person outside of Pac that was working with him was Nas, right?
Oh, definitely. Stretch was down with Thug Life. You know what I mean? He was our East Coast, part of our East Coast fraction. You know what I mean? He produced on Pac's actual albums as well as the Thug Life album. They were boys. They were boys.
Yeah, the way he did Pac at the end, yeah, that was two-faced, man. But I want to go back to the Vegas incident, right? How do you feel about Keefe D saying that the only reason why they shot Pac is because they seen him reaching for a gun?
I feel like that's bullshit because most of the time, a lot of times when we was with the road, we were unarmed. We had security, so Pac was strapped a lot less in them days.
And he was on probation, right? So he couldn't carry a gun, right?
He could, but he didn't. He wasn't trying to go back to jail, Suge won't trying to let his cash cow go back to jail on some bullshit, you know?
Right. Yeah, I figured that, man, because I know Tupac, he was out on bail, so I know he couldn't carry a gun. But Tupac, right? Do you think it was a target put on his back because y'all family was the Black Panthers?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, federally, they've always been there. They've always been there around us, watching us, all up on us. But then Pac actually shot a cop, you know. So the diehards is going to hate him forever, even though the cops were wrong, in the wrong.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because I have a lot of people that feel like that's the reason why they didn't, even solve his murder, and it's been 27 years. Because they was like, yo, fuck it. He shot 2 off-duty cops. He ain't like cops, so why we gonna help him?
Yep. Because, law enforcement has problems of its own that is seldom dealt with. So, that bullshit trickles down. By the time, by the time it's time for us to get justice, that shit watered way down. That shit watered. Everybody know there's corruption in law enforcement. I'll say in general, but LA, New York, Vegas, definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely corruption. But I want to get your point of view on this, right? How you feel about the people that blame the East versus West beef on Pac? Because like you were saying, man, before Tupac came into the picture, Diddy and Suge already had beef.
I feel it's sucker shit. I feel it's bullshit. I feel that whole thing. It was like regional. Who's the regional king of the hill? New York felt like because it was rap, they should be number one. The West Coast was in the game and they was getting money. It was outweighing the East Coast, and they was catching feelings. Honestly, that's what I feel. Pac and I we got a bunch of allies on the East Coast. We all from the East Coast, all from Southside Jamaica, Queens, but I got friends internationally. I'm all world. We all world. So there is affection for New York because we was from there. Pac was always trying to make alliances. As nice and smooth. As there's so many East Coast artists that we allies with. Tretch, Latifah. I could go on, but some of that is bullshit. They even was hating on I remember them hating on Cuban and Lynch Mob when they first came out. The Cuban Lynch Mob couldn't get no play on the radio way before we, kicked off. So that sentiment had been there. And then here comes Pac. Oh, shit, a fucking superstar and an actor? Oh, fuck, But we always was trying to make allies. Like I said, Pac was trying to ally with Big. Get him down with us so we could be bigger. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody was ever doubting the talent of East Coast artists and drive. It was just, business. Business got better somewhere and it wasn't as good on the East Coast.
Well said, man. Well said. I'm happy you cleared that up, man, because I've been hearing that for a while, man. People trying to put that on Tupac, and you even got people try to, put Biggie getting killed on Tupac. So it's crazy, man.
Exactly. And now the thing is, though, ain't nobody ever seen nobody like Pac before.
I am sitting here talking the whole time muted. I'm sorry. I want to show y'all something. It was actually part of the last interview with Biggie, right after, Tupac got shot and killed. Yeah, there was beef between those two. Um, but all down, honestly, I think that it was someone trying to bring a wedge in between them two. And to me, it was the Bad Boy Records owner. That's just my opinion. That's just me. But I do want to share this with you because it shows that Biggie didn't hate, even though there was beef between Biggie and Tupac. Biggie didn't hate Tupac. I mean, yeah, they done things to each other and blamed shootings on each other, or had some deal, like they thought that one another had dealings with or was sleeping with, somebody's wife or something like that. Um, that that was a lot of stuff that was going on with them. But I think there was a lot of stuff that was bringing a wedge in between them. So I'm gonna stop sharing this for a moment, and I'm gonna share this.
old dudes, you know what I'm saying? Right. He's real strong. So when they was like he got shot, I was just more like, again? You know what I'm saying? He always getting shot or shot at. He gonna pull through this one again, make a few records about it, and it's gonna be over, you know what I'm saying? But when he died, I was just like, whoa. Even though we was going through our drama, I would never wish death on nobody. Pac is a strong dude, yo. I know dudes, you know what I'm saying?
So that's why I think he had nothing to do with it. And also, Biggie, he made his last album, Life After Death. And that was for Tupac. I'm going to get back to the interview. We ain't got much left of it. And then I want to show y'all something. We ain't got much more. About 10 more minutes.
Ain't nobody had no interaction with a individual or artist like Pac before, you know. I mean, you got to see him angry. You got to see him upset. You know what I mean? But he was also young. He was a young dude. So yeah, he was going to flash. Fuck y'all. You know what I mean? Simply, Pac was raw. So those other circumstances plus the phenomenon of Pac, it's just like
Real talk, man. But I want to show you this video, right? DJ Clark Kent. He made some comments about Tupac and he blamed Tupac for, Biggie getting killed. So I want you to check this out, man.
Biggie's dead because Pac lied. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't lie, we don't have an East Coast, West Coast beef. We don't have, he's dead because he lied.
Give me the lie.
He said that Biggie set him up. You know Biggie didn't set you up. You know he didn't set you up. You know that he didn't know you was coming to the studio. You know that. Why would you say that? You know, you're 1,000% sure. Why would you say that? That is the reason why they took our mans from us. Because one lie.
Do you think it was a lie or a misunderstanding?
No, it was a lie. And he knew that. He knew it had nothing to do with Biggie, 1,000%.
Then why do you think he said that?
Because he didn't want to say what really happened. How about that?
I don't know what the fuck he talking about. But it's unfortunate. People is biased, I get it. People, Big always gonna have somebody supporting him in some kind of way. I think Pac did work with Clark Kent a little bit. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, that's kind of bullshit. And some niggas need attention. Some niggas need to be attention, need to be in the conversation, need to say something, but you still talking about Pac 30 years later. So I don't know what the fuck wrong with niggas. But hate on, hater, Hate on. The thing is, though, ain't nobody ever seen nobody like Pac before. Ain't nobody had no interaction with a individual or artist like Pac before, you know, and watch him deal with the struggles of the industry. You know what I mean? You got to see him angry. You got to see him upset. You know what I mean? But he was also young. He was a young dude. So yeah, he was going to flash y'all. You know what I mean? Simply, you know, Pac was raw. So those other circumstances plus the phenomenon of Pac, you know, it just like
Suge Knight. How you feel about Suge Knight coming out saying that he's not going to testify in Tupac murder case?
I don't feel nothing, but you know, I'm not surprised. You know, we all know who he is and how we get down, so that don't surprise me. I will say that that he is in the system, and when you're in the system, you got to be careful how you move. So I will say that. Just waiting on all the info, man. It's so complicated, convoluted, chaotic. It's hard to actually figure out what's what, but it's becoming clearer. It's becoming clearer and clearer. But don't blink because things are moving, things are happening. And ain't no telling what's going to happen next. So, you know, I'm just bracing for, because anything can happen. Anything can happen. And I don't want to be disappointed. I don't want my family disappointed. We would like to have justice, but I know what we're dealing with.
When was the last time you spoke to Pac, out of curiosity?
Like I said, we tried to communicate in the hospital, but he couldn't speak. He had tubes all in him. But the last time before that, I was at his house listening to Machiavelli, 7 Day Theory, just me and him. At that time, he was excited about his album. He wanted me to hear his album real bad. He kept telling me, come on, you know, we got to link up, come to the studio, come to the house. I was like, nigga, I'll come to the house. And went to the house. He got a sack. He said, come upstairs. Went upstairs with his room, threw me the sack, I'm gonna roll something. And started playing every single song on that album. The last song was White Man's World and wasn't mixed yet. So I heard all of them except that. And he really wanted to know my opinion. He wanted to know my opinion on it, you know.
R.I.P. to Pac, man. So before we end the interview, let the people know what you got going on, man.
Shout out to my pops, Dr. Batul Shakur. Rest in peace, rest in power. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do. Like I said, my book should be out early spring, This Thug's Life, on Scrib. We have a lot of IP that we can exploit. We have a lot of stories, and it's just which one's going to be first. My father just passed away, so we're working on getting his material published, his books. We have, you know, Pac. We need another Pac story, right? Then I have a story. Me and Pac, the brothers, how we came up. Then it's my father's story. Then it's the family story. We got a lot of IP, and somebody need to give us like a couple $100 million. So let me get busy. You know what I'm saying? All right.
I definitely understand. It's a lot of stories y'all can tell, man.
Yeah, you know, we're just trying to be able to settle from trauma and loss to be able to just work for a few years, just get a few peaceful years in to get some work in. Because in the midst of all that, then we lost a fainting. And that's a whole nother story. You know what I mean? So we're just trying to settle, focus, stiffen our resolve, and get back to getting busy. I got music to do. My pop started the album, y'all. My pops just got out of jail. He's 70-something years old with cancer. He started the album. I got to finish his album. Snick meet with Nas. I'm like, hold up. Yo, Pops was on the chain, so I got to finish his material. You mentioned work, man. You got me going, thinking about all the work. Anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, I heard your Pops and Nas did a song together. Is there any truth to that or no?
Not a song. I mean, Nas shouted him out on his record. When they met, I wasn't with him, so I don't know exactly if they went to the studio or not, but Nas shouted him out. Shout out to Nas, shout out to Queens. And I do want to get him on Matulu's project. So, you know, we're gonna be talking hopefully. But yeah, we were civil.
Mo Cream, great interview, man. I appreciate you for blessing the platform, my guy.
God bless you. God bless you, bro. Straight ahead, power to the people. Machiavelli lives. Long live Dr. Matulu Shakur, Fanny Shakur. Shout out to my sister Set Shakur. My little brother Talib Shakur. You know, he been home a little bit. He did like, you know, he been home a little bit. He getting his stuff together down in Atlanta. And we pushing forward.
He's a monster. He's literally a monster.
The billionaire rapper.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, you know, I know Tupac done that Machiavelli prior to him passing away, but it came out a little bit like right at the time. So there is another conspiracy that Tupac actually didn't pass away. I hope that his family gets justice. I think that things are going to be very eventful. And also, I don't know if y'all know, but Biggie's mom has started coming out as well. If y'all haven't seen any of her, what she's been talking about, please watch it. Y'all, please subscribe to the Art of Dialogue. It's a really good channel. I watch a lot of different channels. I think there's a lot of stuff that is behind Tupac's death. I do think that they should have took it more seriously back then, but they didn't. And Keefe D was doing a lot of talking. And I guess since he's been locked up, a lot of stuff's been coming out. Then the video with Cassie getting leaked. And the only reason why that got leaked was because Diddy paid the hotel to give him the tape, and the Homeland Security got it from his home. So I do want to show y'all this because I see this on the news the other day, and it's so funny because all this stuff is coming out about Diddy. You know, they raided his home because it's sick, because sex trafficking, child trafficking, and women trafficking, and other things that, this is just my opinion, that other people involved, like Jay-Z, Beyonce, all of them. There's a lot of people. There's actually pastors that are in on it. But on CNN, they actually showed the mayor of New York asked Sean Diddy to return the key to New York. So this was his apology to Cassie. Let's see what he says. If it will load. It's so hot outside. My Wi-Fi is actually acting up.
As the designer of HGTV Dream Home 2024, I wanted to create a coastal dream that redefines luxury and elevates everyday life. By putting Delta Faucet products in the home, I've been able to achieve that vision. They understand that life is wonderfully imperfect and busy. These are thoughtfully curated products that use innovation to enhance daily routines in every possible way. The home of your dreams is more than a space, it's where life happens.
Brought to you by Delta Faucet. See what Delta can do.
Sean Diddy Combs is apologizing, saying he's truly sorry. It comes 2 days after CNN released exclusive video showing him beating his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, inside a hotel in 2016. CNN's Veronica Miracle is joining us now. And Veronica, walk us through the video and now this apology he's put out.
Yeah, Jessica, the video is heartbreaking. It is very difficult to watch. And it appears to show Sean Combs assaulting Cassie Ventura inside the now closed Intercontinental Hotel back in 2016. And it wasn't until CNN
Yeah, trigger warning. I do apologize.
and it started circulating that Sean Combs has even acknowledged this event. He has always denied allegations of assault made by Cassie Ventura. In fact, it is the basis of a now settled federal lawsuit that happened back in November. So this video has been circulating for a couple of days, and he's finally now posted an apology video on Instagram. Take a listen to what he has to say.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you got to do that. I was up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Well, Cassie Ventura's team, they put out a statement. They do not buy this video. They say in part, Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people he has hurt. When Cassie and multiple other women came forward, he denied everything and suggested that his victims were looking for a payday. They go on to say that he was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false.
I totally agree with that. When Cassie put out her lawsuit against him, he denied. Only did he take responsibility when he got caught. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. So what else is he lying about? And I don't think it's just him. I think it's some more people that are actually with him that is doing all this stuff. So that's my opinion on that. I think that not just him, I think that his associates need to go down with him as well. Yeah, but those associates of his, Jay-Z and Beyonce, are not standing up for him at this time. They're supposed to be very close friends. Nobody's standing up for him. And I think that the case that Lil Rod has on P. Diddy, I think that one, because he has so much evidence, I think that one right there is going to be epic. Thank you, Susan. And thank you for last night as well. I'm sorry I did not see that until this morning. I do appreciate that so much. Thank you. Thank you, Little Devil for becoming a member. And Texas Tornado, Little Texas Tornado. I didn't listen. I listened to old school rap, okay? So, like UGK and all the other stuff. If I listen to rap, it's old school rap. Did I say Susan? What did I say? I did say Susan, didn't I? Look, I'm telling you, it's been so hot outside. And today is my first day off. And I have not been feeling well today. But Texas Tornado, when she mentioned to me something about Pimp C, it really shocked me because a lot of people don't know who Pimp C is and don't know about UGK or any of the old school rappers that you don't see no more. And, you know, Pimp C passed away. They said he was so-called alone, but he wasn't. So, yeah, that was really interesting. She said that her husband actually worked as a bouncer that Pimp C and them used to go into. I said that was really cool. That was really cool because that was my jam back in the day. I used to ride down the road bumping UGK. Yeah, Pimp C passed away. Yeah, it's the only one left is Bun B. But Bun B actually done an interview about Pimp C. I don't know if y'all watched that. So yeah, I am probably gonna do something else probably next week. And Bun B's alive, but Pimp C did pass. I like both of them. That would be great. Little Texas Tornado. I was so shocked when I got that message. I was like, that's cool. Because, you know, you never realize what people watch or listen to. And people don't like to talk about stuff like this. Because either one, they think you're crazy. Or stuff like that. So, oh, most definitely. See, I used to listen to Mystical, DMX, you know, the Hot Boys back in the day and stuff like that. UGK. I remember when, dang, what's his name now? I can't think of his name, but it's a lot of old rappers. But, you know, like Bone Thugs and Harmony and all that. So, yeah, Pimp C, right? Pimp C in Texas seems like an oxymoron. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. But I'm glad I'm able to do this now, and I will be doing probably one once a week or one every 2 weeks. It's gonna be on different things. My things right now is P Diddy, of course, because and I really want to do one on old school music because this new age music. I don't listen to it. I do listen to Rye Wave. That's about the only thing I do listen to. If I listen to any type of hip hop music. Oh yeah, most definitely. Well, I thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Little Devil, for being a member. Thank you, Susan, for the super sticker. I do appreciate it. And if y'all have anything y'all want me to discuss, please let me know. My thing really is the industry, but I will look into other stuff. I like looking into the Illuminati and stuff like that. I know people say it's a conspiracy thing, you know, but it's a conspiracy and I like to do it. It's something I love to do on my off time. So when I go down and holes, that's where I end up going. But y'all let me know in the comments what y'all would like for me to do, or either anywhere y'all want me to do it. Just let me know. Discord me, email me. My email's in my about section. I'll be glad to do it. Well, much love, everybody. I don't know if Shiny should be going live in a little bit. I will see you all later. Good night.
I was built to last with the whims I'm weaving. I could change the past. I'm achieving. Got my foot on the gas. Never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on
This
display.
is war with the enemy. Think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me. I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic. Got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep 'em out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah.
Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy.